Our first Brewers Backstage of the 2024 baseball season is here, joined by one of the newest Brewers, Rhys Hoskins. And Rhys, when you signed with the Brewers in January, you spoke about wanting to be on a winning team, wanting to be on a contending team. After 6 years in Philadelphia, you wanted to continue that, and you're known as being a great competitor. Just your first couple weeks here as a Brewer, how has that gone for you so far, and what's the vibe around this team right now?
Yeah, it's been great. You can tell here that everybody really enjoys being around each other. Some of these young guys have come up together in the minor leagues and played a lot together. Then you have a couple guys that have been here 4, 5, 6 years. So it's a good mix, but you can tell that at the core of everyone's desire is to win. I'm seeing some competitive like pickleball games, just like random games within the clubhouse that you can already kind of see those competitive juices flowing. So it's been pretty easy to be a part of. I'll be excited to continue that once we get on the field.
You're one of the newest additions to the team, but Pat Murphy has already singled you out as one of the core pillars of the veterans on this team, you and Christian Yelich and Willie Adames and William Contreras. To be new and to already be put into a leadership position like that with your experience, does that help you buy into a new team and a fresh start for you?
Yeah. It's obviously an honor you get mentioned in the same sentence as that caliber of player, all-star, an MVP, silver slugger, that type of thing. You're obviously humbled as an athlete, but I've learned a good bit over my 6-7 year career, especially playing in Philly, and what it's like to deal with failure within this game because there's so much of it. So, I think being able to relay that experience and draw on those experiences, hopefully make it easier for some of these young guys that haven't really done that at the highest level yet because they're good players. They don't really struggle in the minor leagues. Hopefully being able to, help those guys when times get tough throughout the season like they do, will just make us a better baseball team altogether.
You missed all of last year from the left ACL injury, and you tried so hard to come back for the postseason last year. You got yourself to a healthy place, and you had a good offseason. I know you're getting ready to get back on the field. Just how are you feeling about coming back from the injury? I know you missed it so much as a competitor, and now you're starting over with a new team, and you're coming off of, a long absence from the game.
Yeah, a lot of new things going on while still trying to figure out how to get back on the field. But I feel like I'm in a good spot physically. I've learned, over my lifetime that the body can be pretty special. It's oftentimes the mind that you have to kind of trick into, you're okay. Like you can do this. This is stuff that you've done before. And stuff that you'll do a ton of times in the future again. So I'm excited more than anything. Just like you said, as a competitor, I've been pretty bored. But, a little bit of anxiousness and along with that excitement of just to do it again after not doing it for a year.
As a visiting player, what's been your time like in Milwaukee? We know you've got great numbers at American Family Field. Your average is over 340. You've got 5 homers there as a visiting player. You've spoken about the batter's eye, how much you love hitting at American Family Field. But what's been your experience like when you've come to Milwaukee and played there as a visitor?
Yeah, it's just like a consistent atmosphere there. It seems that no matter what time of year I've been there in the past, there's always been an atmosphere that the fans create there. Regardless if it's May or it's September and we're coming down to it, and maybe the games mean a little bit more. So I'm excited to get up there and really feel what that's like day after day. But also just excited to be a part of the brand of baseball that the Brewers play. We're not just going to roll out and outmash teams. I think playing the game and some of the nuances within the game is going to be fun again with these guys.
Well, you've been able to mash quite a bit in your career. How has your power developed with more experience in the league and just as you've gotten older?
Yeah, I think it's just an understanding of, what I do well as a hitter and not trying to, obviously we're always trying to improve, but not trying to be somebody I'm not. And I think that's really allowed some of the power to show up in game. I've always said, you come watch me hit batting practice, it's probably pretty boring. And that's part of that learning is kind of letting that power come instead of trying to make it come.
Well, Murph has given you a new nickname that is not reflective of your power. Pee-wee Rhys. You are not a Pee-wee guy. So what do you think of the nickname Pee-wee Rhys and just your time around Murph and him as a manager?
Yeah, it seems, I've only been around him a short time, but from what everybody has said, it seems like that type of nickname's pretty spot on with what Murph brings to the table. Obviously a great little pun, being not a small human, but Pee-wee Rhys was a pretty influential baseball player, good baseball player in his own right. So I'll take it. It's funny. A lot of the guys also call me that too. So just another fun part about being a part of a new organization.
What are you just most looking forward to? Starting a new season in Milwaukee, starting a new chapter of your career?
I think it's just figuring out how to, win a championship. Every year, regardless of the team that you're on, you have some new guys and you're trying to figure out what makes each guy tick and how we as a group can have the most success. And, we start that in spring. It continues on throughout the whole year. But just figuring out, what it takes really to take that final step in the playoffs. Winning is a lot more fun.
And you and your wife, Jamie, you were so involved in the Philadelphia community and a lot of charity efforts and really ingrained yourself in Philadelphia. And I know you guys spent a lot of time working with the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Is that something that you guys want to continue, of just buying into the Milwaukee community and maybe continuing on with some of that work that you guys have done?
Yeah, we're definitely hopeful too. I think we as athletes are blessed with a platform and a forum to just continue conversations that hopefully can make some sort of a difference in the future, really regardless of the subject. So, reinvesting time and resources into the community that supports us the way that they do has always been something that just makes too much sense to me. So I think that, that commitment to the community in Philadelphia really allowed us to have a good relationship with the fans and with the city. And really that's when they show up in times of need because of that, I think.
All right. Well, that's Brewers Backstage with Rhys Hoskins. Thanks so much, Rhys, for the time. I know Brewers fans are really anxious to see you on the field and then back in Milwaukee.
Yeah, go Brew. Thanks.